Good morning, everyone.
We want to transition from talking about the barriers to talking about the solution.
My commitment for the rest of my life is to give back to society.
First up on our agenda is Mr. Dave Ross, the Assistant Director of Corrections for the state of Missouri. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
On behalf of the Department of Corrections, I'd like to welcome you all to the annual Reentry Conference. It's a great turnout. This is an opportunity for us to renew, to learn something new that we can carry forward. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Bill Dent.
We all come to this work, to this conference, to the work of reentry through various doorways. We have come to understand that these offenders that we're trying to help are all of our clients. It takes all of us in our various roles together to have the kind of impact that we're hoping for. Hopefully we can get to a point somewhere down the road that we have a place of no entry.
So I am pleased and proud to introduce to you Dr. Kurt Bumby, the national expert on sex offender management.
What I wanted to talk about today was some issues specific to sex offender management. This was solely a corrections issue. We've seen an embracing of the need for collaborative partnerships around the country. We've also seen across disciplines, across agencies, and in the public as well, a renewed interest and a commitment and a dedication to figuring out what it is that works to increase public safety. We know that there is a rich set of data out there that can inform our policies. They don't all look the same. Our laws oftentimes, and many of our policies, sort of suggest that they do. We don't necessarily do a great job of taking into account the data about sex offenders.
I found myself 6 years ago being released from the Department of Corrections for the third time. I started a prison ministry at the church that I attend. I also created the Columbia Christian Reentry Coalition. And what motivates me today is not my concern for the individual offender, it's my concern for my community. Because like I said earlier, somebody like me can mess up a lot of lives in a very short amount of time.
Francine Lucas Sinclair is among the most sought-after presenters on topics related to children of incarcerated parents. She's been informing, challenging, and inspiring professional and general audiences all over the country.
I'm an advocate for children of incarcerated parents, obviously, because I experienced parental incarceration myself. He and my mother decided that they had to do something. They had to resume what they used to do for a living or starve. Not only was my father arrested again, but my mother was sent to prison too. I was sent to Puerto Rico to stay with my grandparents. I got lucky that I wasn't thrown into a home. My experience might seem extraordinary, but it's not uncommon. What I want to do with Yellow Brick Roads, I'm designing it as an after-school program. Some of them, their parents are 3 hours away, 4 hours away, and take them to see their parents once a month.
Reverend Dr. Wilson W. Wilson Good Sr. is director and organizer for the nationally acclaimed Amachi program.
I'm here this morning to ask, how are the children? Some suggest that on any given day in America, there are 7.3 million children with one or both parents in jail or on some type of federal or state supervision. And some time ago, some research showed that 70% of children with a parent in prison could very well end up in prison themselves. After 9 years ago, I decided, along with the other group of folks, to organize a program called Amachi, to work with children of incarcerated parents, to find for them a big brother and big sister. But it takes a whole team to make things work. When Joshua stood before the Jordan River, in back of him was the wilderness, but in back of him was the promised land. And as they stood in the riverbed, all of the children left their wilderness and went into the promised land. Is there someone here, is there one person here who will come up on stage and stand with me and say, I'm with you, Dr. Good. We're going to stay here to help all the children with a parent in prison. We will show the world how it can be done right here in Missouri. Thank you all so much.